Okay, good morning everybody. It's going to be a real quick video on how to do quick views. Most of you people already know how to do this, but there's a few people new to X-Plane that don't know this information, so I'm going to do a real quick video on it. I've got the engine off, so it's easier to hear me. We don't need the engine running to show you how to do quick views. But when you get X-Plane and you get your default planes, the default planes, most of your payware planes have all kinds of quick views on them set up already, but your defaults don't. They only come with the two views, Shift 4 for outside view, Shift 9 for inside view. So we're just going to show you how to do a quick view because a friend of mine wrote me. That's what's making me make this video. And he asked me, he says, I have a silly question. Well, first of all, there's no such thing as a silly question. There's silly answers, but there's no silly questions, so we'll get that out of the way. He was saying, his question was, when I'm flying, he said, I'm having trouble because I'm always looking around, trying to find the autopilot, and looking down, and it's affecting my flying. Is there a quick way to do it? And while in the default airplanes, yes, there is. Well, in all of the airplanes, there is. You can do this for every airplane. But the payware airplanes already come with quick views, but you may want to change them. But the default views of the default airplanes only come with these two views. The one we're looking at now, Shift 9. Well, we'll look at your keyboard. I'll show you how to do quick views. And on the keyboard, you use your Control plus your keyboard numbers 1 to 9. So you got 9 views here, plus the 0, which is this key here. So that's 10 views. And when I use this key for, the 0, we'll say that this default view, Shift 9, is your flying view. This is the view you use most, so we'll call that the flying view. But I want to set that up as a quick view because when I'm going to my other views and I want to come back to this view, I don't want to have to hit Shift 9 to get to it. It's quicker if I only have to hit one number. So I'm going to use the 0. This key here as my default view. If we call this the default view, the first thing you got to do is to get your different views. Make sure your number lock is on. This is your number lock key. I haven't marked it, but this is your number lock key. Make sure that's on. And most keys, when you hit it, I have a key up here called number lock. Or not a key, a little light up here called number lock. But most of them, maybe this is the light here. If you hit this number lock key, there should be a little light telling you it's on. But you got to have your number lock key on. This one right here. So what you do is this is the default key. So like I said, we're gonna make this a quick view. So how you do that is hold down the Control key, and as you hold the Control key down, hit the number 0, that big key, and then let go of them both. That's this key. So I made this key my quick view key of my default view, which is this view. So if I move around like that, say I move over here with the hat on my joystick, and I hit the 0 key, it'll instantly go to that view. So that's our default view. Now to move around the cockpit, you can use the hat button on your joystick, but if you don't have a joystick, you don't need to. You can use these arrow keys here for up and down and left and right, and these two keys here, the comma and the period for zooming in and out. So let's test those. So here's the comma to zoom out, period to zoom in, the right arrow key to move right, the left arrow key to move left, down arrow to move down, and that's how you move around the cockpit. So he said he had trouble finding the autopilot when he's flying. He had to look down and look around and try to use it while he's flying like that. Well, to set it up as a quick view, use your arrow keys to look around and try and find it. So I happen to know in this airplane, this here is the autopilot. You see the autopilot says flight director, AP for autopilot, heading, nav. That's your autopilot. So move your right arrow right, your left arrow or your down arrow down. Use your period key to move in, zoom right in, and move your right arrow key to move over. I'll zoom in a little bit more with the period key. Now I'm going to put this as on the number 2 of the keypad. So I'm going to hold down the control key and I'm going to hit the number 2. And now I can let go of them both. Now to get back to the flying view, the default view, remember I already set it up on the 0. So I just hit the 0 and I go to the flying view. I want to check my autopilot. Now I just hit the number 2. Takes me right to the autopilot. Back to the default view, back to the autopilot. And that's how you set up a quick view. You can move around the cockpit and use all the other numbers, or up to 10 views if you count the 0. And that's how you do your quick views. I hope this helps some people. Have a nice day, everybody.